Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech, and I'm here with a quick video on my 1-week review of the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Now I know iPhones are not very popular on my channel, so I'm just going to keep this one short and sweet, but I have been using this iPhone 11 Pro Max for a week, and I have this 256 GB version in this gorgeous midnight green. Now, take it what you will. Some people will like the design. Some people think it's a stovetop. Some people think it looks like Pikachu, you know. This has been memed to death. But what I will say, hands down, is that this is the best iPhone I have ever used. From the camera improvements to the battery life improvements, I am really enjoying my time with this phone. And the most important thing about it, at least from a video perspective, as a YouTube content creator, as you guys know, for a lot of my mobile videos, I have shot with iPhone. It works with my workflow of being able to airdrop directly to my MacBook into Final Cut and being able to do all that. This iPhone 11 Pro Max's video quality has been outstanding. In fact, beyond outstanding, it has just been incredible. You notice it, go watch my Nintendo Switch Lite first look on the streets of Hong Kong. It was in a dark environment, and just see the quality of that video. I was so impressed, and I think a lot of you guys were as well. But talking about design of this phone, it is polarizing. You know, it's 8.1 millimeters, 226 grams. It's a heavy phone, the heaviest iPhone that has ever existed. And I have felt that, you know, when I've been using this, and I've been using it with this case right here. But shout out to my partner Rhinoshield. I've been using their impact protection screen protector, and it's worked really well. But it is a hefty phone. That's my probably major negative in terms of design. But I do think that it's going to be polarizing regardless. I will say, though, I have enjoyed this kind of frosted back of the Pro versions. They really do make a difference. And you can see the midnight green is very subtle. It's a very subtle midnight green color, but I've kind of gotten used to it. In fact, I kind of like it now than I initially did. I thought I might have made a mistake in not picking up the space gray or the gold, but it's okay. You know, it does the job. So now let's continue on with display. This is where this really shines. This display is the new XDR Retina display from Apple, and it's a 6.5 inch display. It is higher than 1080p. It's in, I want to say, that 480 pixels per inch range. The dimensions of this are just one part of the story. The other part is that it is an AMOLED panel and is using the latest technology from Samsung for this AMOLED panel. Now, DisplayMate came out and gave this display an A+ rating. And it is one of the brightest displays I've also ever tested on a phone. You see it there. We're in broad daylight in the morning, and this thing is already overexposing on the camera. So up to 1200 nits of max brightness when watching HDR content. Typically, like in regular use though, it will get up to like 800 nits, and that is still plenty bright for an AMOLED display. So talking about performance, and as I mentioned before, this is the Geekbench 4 scores. Geekbench 5 is out, but before that, this was getting some of the highest single and multi-core scores of any device, not even phone, guys, device on the market. And I will even tell you, this 5,472 score, this is crazy. This is going to blow your mind. That is one of the single, if not the single highest score for Geekbench single score of any Apple product. Even more than the Mac Pro, guys. That is insane in a smartphone. That is insane. So just thinking about the improvements that Apple have made to their A13 Bionic from the A11 and the A12 before it, it's just astounding. And this thing shows its speed. It is just, everything just flies in the UI. So this phone now is running really well with iOS 13.1. Now, yes, does it have 4 GB of RAM? Yes. Is that kind of low compared to Android phones? Yes. But the main point is RAM is just one part of the story on iOS. And that vertical integration of hardware, software just makes this thing fly. It is one of the fastest phones on the market, regardless of how little or how much RAM you think it has. That's a non-issue in Apple land. And what's also been a non-issue is the incredible battery life on this phone. Now, the teardowns have shown it having close to a 4,000 milliampere battery, and battery life, guys, has been stellar. It has been beyond stellar. Like, I'm just like, I was so used to the XS Max getting down into 20-30% range before bedtime. This thing has been lasting even longer. And you can see here my screen on times, how I've been using it, even with VPNs on, playing Mario Kart, doing my classic thing, and I was getting 7 hours and 41 minutes of screen on time. And you can see there, obviously, from when I used this, and then I charged it up and using it right now. This thing is working really great in terms of battery. I have been super impressed, and it's clearly the best battery life I've ever had on an iPhone. But now let's get to it. The main thing that I wanted to talk about are the cameras. The cameras on this thing have been spectacular, and I will share these sample shots right now, but the video, I think, is the clear testimony of how much Apple has improved this. 4K 60 FPS on every single lens. That goes for the selfie camera as well. We have 4K 60 FPS on the selfie camera. The major kind of, I think, improvements here are in the way the camera app is set up, where you can really go from that 0.5 to the 1 in a very seamless fashion. You don't even notice that the lenses are changing. Go to any other Android phone and you'll see there's a slight lag between when you switch. And so in video, it works really well. 4K 60 FPS you see at the top. Now you can't zoom in when you're at 4K 60. You need to be at one of the lower settings for that. But have a look at these samples and have a look at this video sample. But most importantly, go check out that Nintendo Switch Lite first look I did. It is the best example I can give you of nighttime video shooting on the 11 Pro Max. It is pretty stunning. Rear-facing video on the iPhone 11 Pro Max, and this stabilization is off the chain. Coming to sunset here in Hong Kong. Pretty challenging situation, but man, this this phone is not challenged whatsoever. This video camera is pretty legit. But hit me up in the comments, what do you think? And this is front-facing video on the iPhone 11 Pro Max. It is definitely coming to evening time here, but from what I can see, it looks really good. Gosh, I can even make out details all the way in the back there. Nuts. Just gonna put it against the sunset there. Can it do both? Still gets overexposed. That looks a lot better. Hit me up in the comments. What do you think? And so that is it for this quick, just 1 week take here on the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Just from the 1 week experience though, this is the best iPhone I've ever used. I'm loving my time with it, from design, from the display. The most important improvements though are to the camera and the battery life. Just for those improvements alone, if you are someone who does upgrade your iPhone every year, or if you're kind of into that upgrade cycle in the States where you get that kind of like, you're paying that upgrade monthly bill anyway, this is a no-brainer upgrade to consider. But if you're coming from even an iPhone 10 or an iPhone 7 or anything older than that, this is a major upgrade. Whether you get the Pro or you get the Pro Max version of this iPhone 11 series, But now the question you may be wondering, Frankie Tech, can I survive just getting the iPhone 11? And I will be doing another quick take on that iPhone 11, but it is my wife's. She's the one who's been using it the most. I've played around with it here and there, but I will say, just from my initial impressions of that phone, it may be the one to get if you just want the basic but still incredible, entry-level iPhone experience. But for all you pros out there, all you video junkies, or anyone who wants the best in a smartphone, yes, it's expensive at 10,700 Hong Kong dollars for the 256 GB version. Yes, but guess what? The Mate 30 Pro, the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, all these phones are now in that 8 to 10,000, 1,000 plus US dollar range. And the difference is iOS is only running on iPhone. iPhone is the only phone on the market that has this vertical integration of hardware and software. And so that's what differentiates it from any other smartphone manufacturer. And so because of that differentiation, you have all the apps and all the services that come with it. You still have full Google support on this phone that works really well. It is just, I think, for anyone who wants the best and just most amazing iPhone of 2019, look no further than this iPhone 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max. That's it for this quick video, guys. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for future updates. So I will be doing the Vivo NEX3 review very soon. I need a bit more time to kind of get some camera samples, do some more testing, but stay tuned for that one as well. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Have a good one.